I swear more hands have touched me, out of violence than out of love. Like my skin was just a place to leave what no one else would keep. And I can't remember softness now, can't recall what safe feels like. Every wound got buried alive under the next hard night. I never got to breathe long enough to heal before the next storm came. Pain stacked up like a tower, and somehow I wore the blame. I went quiet to survive it, not because I had nothing to say. I just didn't think the world would believe me anyway. I hear you now, even if nobody did back then. You were drowning in the dark, just trying to hold your breath. You were never born broken, never asking for the hurt. You were carrying ghosts in a body that still deserved love first. And every silence, every scar, every shattered part you hide wasn't proof you were unworthy, it was proof you stayed alive. Someone once called my life tragic, like they pulled it straight from my head. And hearing it out loud like that felt like something inside me went dead. I thought maybe something in me invited all the damage in, so I wore my shame like armor and never let anyone in. I screamed inside crowded rooms till loneliness became my skin. And every time I tried to speak, they turned my truth against me again. But fear can make a fortress out of silence and disguise. And people who should have held you were just surviving their own lives. I hear you now, even if nobody reached your hands. You were fighting through the dark, trying hard to understand. You were never too much, never cursed, never wrong. You were just a soul exhausted from carrying pain too long. And every silence, every scar, every mask you wore to cope wasn't weakness in your spirit, it was survival wrapped in hope. And then your children called you back to the part of you still alive. You held them close because you knew how cruel this world can hide. Maybe love looked like fear sometimes, maybe fear looked like control, but underneath it was a mother trying to protect what she'd never known. And maybe your parents loved you too, the best they knew how to give. But wounded people often raise wounded children, just trying to live. I hear me now, for the first time without shame. And every shadow in my story doesn't have to own my name. I am more than what has touched me, more than what it tried to take. There's still softness underneath me, after every heart that broke. And maybe speaking it aloud is how I finally let it go. Hmm.